Up, everybody? Mike here, head trader at True Trading Group. And on February 25th, I did something that I don't usually do. I traded an OTC stock, IGCC. I usually don't trade OTCs. They usually don't have enough liquidity for me to get involved. But the volume on IGCC off the bell, which actually qualified to relist on a major main exchange, so it won't be an OTC. I think as of tomorrow, I believe it uplists. So the volume off the open was enough that I decided that I wanted to get involved in this trade, and I caught a really nice chunk on this move. I caught that move. Okay, and what I'm going to talk to you about in this video is how to identify support levels on pullbacks. It's something that a lot of traders struggle with. Okay, it's, when a stock, everyone always says, you want to buy the pullback. Well, how do you know when the pullback is at a support level or when the pullback is going to keep on pulling? Okay, it's something that a lot of traders struggle with. So I'm going to walk you through how I do it. Okay. And I'm going to walk you through what made me pull the trigger on this IGCC when I did, and we'll just jump right into that trade. So here's IGCC, guys. We opened up, gapped up off the bell, and just pushed and exploded right off the open on nice strong volume. Okay, real nice strong volume, surge right off the bell, and then we got the pullback. What I do, okay, is I use my Fibonacci retracement level once the stock establishes an initial morning high. You have to wait for a stock to establish that initial morning high before you can draw your Fibonacci retracement level. You can't draw your Fibonacci retracement level after every candle. You can't do that. Then you can't do that. Okay? You have to wait until you get the pull-in. Then you can draw your Fibonacci retracement level. Once I drew my Fibonacci retracement level and I got this pullback, okay, from 285 down to, this is 263 for the first pullback on the day. The first thing that you notice is the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level lines up perfectly with VWAP right there. Okay, that's your first area that you want to look to see. Does support kick in there? Does support show its face at that level? Usually, a strong stock will have more than one potential support level. I call it primary and secondary support. Okay, the primary support level is going to be the higher level. The secondary support level is going to be the next support level that's below it. So in case this support level gets broken, you have the secondary support level coming in underneath you to hold the stock up and then continue higher. That's exactly what happened in IGCC. So the primary level was the 23.6 VWAP area. Okay, that did not hold. We pulled in deeper. Then I start to notice that the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level lines up perfectly with the trade line. Okay, the trade line is my 9 EMA that I have up here on my screen. And that is where I decided that I was going to pull the trigger. I started to see the stock holding that support level, and that's when I entered the trade at 362, which is right about here. Yep, there it is. There's 362. So there's my entry at 362 in front of that 38.2 Fibonacci level and trade line. And I caught this whole push here up to new highs. But the key to take away from this is when you look for these pullbacks, I use my Fibonacci retracement level and I look to see what other support indicators work in conjunction and combination with my Fibonacci retracement. I don't just solely rely on the Fibonacci. Okay, I teach all of our True Trading Group members to use the Fibonacci retracement level in conjunction with other support indicators. Okay, like VWAP, like the trade line, like a previous high of the day. These are all support indicators that if they line up at a key Fibonacci level, that's where you want to look for the support to be. Okay, you don't just wait for a stock to pull in and be like, oh, okay, that looks like a good enough of a pullback, I'm going to buy it. Identify your support levels first. Have a game plan. Say, I'm looking for the stock to pull into this area. Why? Because a 38.2 lines up with the trade line at, this was around 250. It held. I jumped in long at 262. I'll take it to my trade announcements on the day. Just one trade for me today. Long IGCC at 262 with my stop loss just below that 250, which is a 38.2 Fibonacci level. Okay. Then as we pushed higher, my first take profit target was the high of the day. Okay, here it is. Took some off at 280. The bulk of my position I took off at 298 as we extended up and away from that high. And then I held on to one last piece. And I actually missed my execution here by 2 cents. The high of the day is 330. I had an offer out at 332. I never got filled because the high of the day is 330 here. And I just kept moving my offer lower and lower and lower, and I just never got filled. You see the stock pulled all the way back in, and I ended up exiting my last piece of this position right down here. Okay, at VWAP. Back to my trade analysis, final take profit 275. So I ended up giving back a lot of profit. I mean, this is a big difference from 332 all the way down to 275. So I could have came out of this trade better had I gotten a fill 2 more cents. My offer was at 332. The high of the day was 330. And I just kept moving it down, and the stock never came back. It just continued to pull all the way back down. So I never got that fill. But I was still a nice chunk of change on the first and second tier of that position. So I was still walking away with a really nice trade. I was able to get some decent size because the volume was great, especially for an OTC stock. So that's it, guys. That's the lesson. That's how I go about identifying support levels on a pullback. You guys can look to do the same thing. Tomorrow is TTG Tuesday. And for those that don't know, I open the chat room up free every Tuesday for everybody. Come join me, trade with me live, ask me questions, hear me on the mic, walking through my analysis, walking you through my trades. You see my screen, you see exactly what I'm doing, and we kind of navigate the markets together as a group. So if you want to join me tomorrow, go to truetradinggroup.com, upper right-hand corner. You'll see it'll say TTG Tuesday. Click on that, register. You will get a link that will give you access to our chat room for free tomorrow. Okay? I hope to see many of you in chat with me tomorrow. Take care.